What's up people, ManRat here coming to you with a video. This time we are going to be making one of the best dishes you can have with rice. It's called Rajma or red kidney beans. The kidney beans that I'm using are the small kidney beans, as you can see here. What you do is you cover them with water, you soak them for about 4 to 5 hours or till the time they start becoming wrinkly like this. As soon as they have become wrinkly, then we will put them in a pressure cooker. Basically the amount that you want to use is for every cup of red dry kidney beans that are soaked and now are more plump, you want to use at least 3 cups of water. We will put them in a pressure cooker along with salt to taste, and we'll let it become tender. As far as how tender, you don't want it to become like a mush. You basically still want to have them a little bit whole, and then we will add the spices. And this is the pressure cooker that I'm using. It's a one from India. You can also use the one that are the American kind. The only thing that I noticed with them, they don't whistle, and the other problem is they don't have that much steam. So we'll transfer the rajmas or red kidney beans in here, and now we will add water. And don't worry about the water. If it becomes too thick, you can add more. If it becomes too thin, you can just take that water out. So it's not that difficult. So now that that is done, I'm going to use sea salt and add about 2 spoons of it, like 2 small spoons. They're not the big ones. So, and you can keep that to your taste. Now remember, we have added salt. Put the pressure cooker on and put it on a gas, medium high heat. Now that is going, I will start preparing the wet ingredients that we're going to be using to make the tadka. Alright, for the wet ingredients, I cut 2 medium-sized onions, little bit of garlic, little bit of ginger. I'm also going to dice these 3 tomatoes, and in a kadahi or a shallow pan, I put some oil, and to this oil I'm going to add a small spoon of mustard seeds, small spoon of jeera seeds, 3 bay leaves, 2 black cardamoms that are broken up, and as soon as you start hearing that popping sound, that's when you need to add the onions. And be careful when you're doing it that you don't get any oil on you. When you toss it away from yourself. And while that is getting done, while the onions are getting brown, take a wooden spatula and mix it up. And the reason why you want to mix it up is that way the jeera and the mustard seeds that you have, they don't burn. And bring the heat down to medium-high. And the onions are finely diced or sliced. That way they will, they will reduce in size, and we want to have them turn golden brown. So just level it off, let it start working, and in the meantime dice the tomato. So also did one small addition. I also chopped about 3 or 4 Thai chilies that are really delicious. Now as soon as the onions have started to become translucent and they start backing away, this is when you will put the garlic, ginger and the green pepper right into that oil area. First you add the ginger. That way it's a root vegetable. It takes a little bit of a time to cook. As soon as you do that, now you add the garlic along with the green chilies, and now you add star anise. This is a very fragile spice. It actually breaks apart really easily and burns. So now you want to add it rather than adding before. Now that you have done that, just mix everything together. Keep the heat on medium-low. And as soon as you start smelling the ginger and the garlic, this is when you're going to add the dry spices. And yes, you're going to add the dry spices first, then you're going to add the tomatoes. In addition to the star anise, now you add red dry chili. Just break them into half. Just add 1.5 of them and mix it up. As soon as the tadka has started to change color, we're going to add the dry spices. We got turmeric or haldi, kasuri methi, a little bit of amchur powder, cumin powder, garam masala, red chili, and salt. Just dump it all in here. And at this point, the heat should be at low or medium, because this is going to just start burning up, and just mix it up really good. This is when you need to add the tomatoes, and add the tomatoes in and mix it up. If you don't have a spice rack like this, pick one. It's a lifesaver. Add a little bit of water, about half a cup of it. Mix it up. And yes, it does look like there is a lot of chunky pieces, but no. Now we're going to leave it on medium-high heat and let it reduce. The tomato are going to become plumpy. All the solid stuff that we had put is going to disintegrate, and that's when we are going to be mixing it with the rajma. And this should be the end result. All the tomatoes should be all disintegrated. There should be a fine pulp. And now this is going to be ready. You can turn the heat off at this point, cover it up, and we'll just wait for the rajma or the red kidney beans to get ready. Alright, so the rajmas have got ready. They are splitting open like right here. As you can see, they've started to split open. That is a sign that they're ready. As soon as that happens, yes, there is a little bit of water in there. Now we're going to take a tadka and we're going to put it in here. So just take the kadahi that you have and just add the tadka in. And if something spills over, be a tidy chef. Clean up after yourself. Just add the tadka in here. Just get it all. Once you mix it, once you add it, then mix it. Once you mix it, turn the gas on medium and let it ridgeify for at least a few more minutes. And just going to clean up the little bit of a mess that I had made. Once that's done, take the kadahi that you had, rinse it with a little bit of water. That way all the masalas that are stuck on the side, every Indian family does that. And just put it in. And now you put the lid back on of the pressure cooker. Actually, mix it up first. Don't forget the important step. Mix it up first. And never hit it on the pointy side. Blunt side is still kind of okay. Just put the whistle on and on the range for no more than 3 minutes. As soon as the first whistle comes, open it up. Boom shakalaka. The food is going to be ready. Alright, now we're just going to release the whistle or the pressure. Pro tip, never remove it completely. That way you can let go of it if the hand becomes too hot, or if something liquid starts bubbling out, you can just let it go. And then it will block the steam escaping. Now that the steam has escaped completely, we can open the pressure cooker. And oh my god, you can only smell. If we had smell the computer, because smell-o-vision doesn't work on YouTube. Just take a ladle, mix it up, serve it with some rice, and it will be divine. You can have some dahi along with it. I personally serve it with some salad, which is cucumber, tomatoes, a little bit of finely sliced onions, and it's absolutely delicious. If you want, just put it on top of the rice, have a chapati along with it. If you want, you can have it with a paratha. Recipes of most of these items are underneath in the description box below. One final tip, do not add dhania to this right now, or coriander to this right now. If you do, the thing is going to burn, it's going to become black, it's not going to be appetizing, it's going to leave a bitter taste. So for now, leave it open and put it on rice. As always, like, comment, subscribe, and I will see you guys and girls on the next one. Later people, bye.